Hi everyone, and welcome to this week's EBC video. We're in downtown Minneapolis today with this gorgeous Christmas tree in the city center here. We're here thinking about Mark 13. It's verses 24 through 37, and it tells about the coming of Jesus. And you might be thinking, because we've got a Christmas tree here and it's Advent time, that we're going to be thinking about the coming of Jesus in that little cute baby in a manger. But actually, in Mark 13, this is actually about the second coming of Jesus. After he's died, he's been resurrected, and then he comes again. And it talks about Jesus coming in on a cloud. Right? Now, why are we thinking about that coming of Jesus? First of all, it's because Advent traditionally is not just that moment where we're preparing for the cute baby Christ child to come. Advent is a time of recentering our faith. So Jesus is talking to his disciples about the time he's going to come again. Now, one of the things he talks about is a tree. But it's not this tree, it's a fig tree. And he uses the fig tree as an example of the signs that one would see when Jesus is coming. And he says, just like a fig tree that starts to have the leaves come out and it's growing and now you know summer is coming, he says this is how you're going to know that I'm coming, is you'll see those signs. But then something really strange happens too. Right after that, same discussion that he's having with the disciples, he says, but you're going to have to watch. You're going to have to keep awake because you're never going to know exactly when that's going to happen. And since we're thinking about Christmas here on the first Sunday of Advent, imagine that for a moment here, just in our very practical everyday lives. If you were sitting there and you were thinking, I got to get ready for Christmas now, and then suddenly somebody said to you, Christmas is tomorrow. Like, we're going to have it on the 2nd of December now, right? You'd be suddenly shocked. You couldn't believe it, right? You weren't prepared for it. Well, this is what Jesus is talking about, is to be prepared for his coming means to be doing that actively now, to be doing the things that Jesus wants you to do now. So as you think about what you're doing for Advent, think about being prepared, but not just for the gifts and the presents and those sorts of things, but the way that you live your everyday life for Jesus. Now, here's the great last piece of the message here, right? That we know that Jesus is coming for us. And so even though we don't know exactly when that's going to happen, we don't know exactly what's happening in our lives, we can have confidence that God is there and that he has a path for us between us and Jesus at the end. And it starts with a baby at Christmas time. Have a great week, everybody.